Hi, welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a very simple Windows service using .NET Core. So here I have Visual Studio and let's create a new project. So go to the File, New, Project, and from this template you need to select this worker service. You can search it from the templates from here, but it is appearing in my recent project templates because I have used this template some time ago. So the idea is like we will use this worker service. This worker service template actually uses the background service feature from .NET Core, which is used to run some code in the background on some specific intervals. So we will use that, and then we will register this worker service as a Windows service. Okay, so select this template, click on next, and here let's give it some name. So in my case the project name is my demo Windows service, so I will write my demo Windows service. Click on next, and I will use .NET 8 framework. Click on create. So this is the project generated by Visual Studio. Here you can see we have two files, program.cs file and worker.cs file. So if I open program.cs file, here you can see it is creating an application builder, and then we have builder.service.add hosted service, and it is using worker class, and then it is building that builder service and running it. So this is a simple application builder which runs. And if we see this worker class, so control F12, which is actually this worker.cs file. Okay, here you can see this worker class is inheriting from the background service class, and this background service class is used to run some logic in the background in .NET Core at some regular interval. For example, here you can see it is overriding a method execute async, which is from the background or service class, and here it is running in a while loop, and inside this loop it is actually just writing this text worker running at and the current timestamp in the logger, and then it is waiting for 1 second, and then it will again do the same thing. So this code will run on each second, and it will write down this worker running at the current timestamp on the logger which you have set up. So if I just go ahead and run this application, you can see it is just writing that log on each second. So worker running at, then the current date and timestamp, and it is running on each second. So let me stop this and close this window. So in this worker.cs class, so this worker class which is inheriting from the background service class, it will run on each second, and here in this area we need to write our own logic which we need to run on some specific interval. Now I don't have any specific logic to run here, and just to mimic that, what I will do is like I will write this log on a text file on the disk. So instead of, means you just saw like it was printing all this debug information on the console window. So instead of console window, I will just write it on a file, and for that actually I will use Serialog. So let me add that NuGet package. So manage NuGet packages, and here in the browse tab I will search for Serialog. So search serialog.ASP.NET Core. Okay, so this is the package, and I will just go ahead and install it. Yes, apply, and it has successfully installed this package. Now I will go to the program.cs file, and here I will set up that logger. So I will write log dot, sorry, control Z, just control dot using serial log. Okay, so log dot logger is equal to new logger configuration dot minimum label dot debug, and then I will write to dot file, and here I will give the path of that location where I need to write my file. And actually I will just give it a relative path, and actually relative path can give you some issues, not some issues, actually relative path will give you issues when you will use it as a Windows service, but I will show you the fix later in this tutorial. So I will write my log file in a log folders, so logs slash then the file name. So the file name will be my app log.txt, and then rolling interval. So rolling interval is like at what time you need to create a new log file. So I will keep the rolling interval as a day. So what it will do is like for each day it will create a new log file. Okay, and then create logger. That's it. And now we need to add this logger in our service. So builder dot logging dot services dot add serilog. Now it's saved. So before I run this and show you the log file, let's open our content root. So open folder in File Explorer. So this is the project folder where we have our application, and here you can see like you don't have the logs folder right now. And if I run this application from here, now it is running. Actually it is not showing anything because now we are not writing down our logs on a console. Instead we are writing it on a text file. So if I close this and come back to this folder, here you can see like we have logs folder, and here I have my app log. Then you can see the current date, which is 2nd November 2024, and if I open it, you can see like it is writing down all those logs for each second. So like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. You can like write the logs on the console also. So all you need is to write to .console. Okay, it's saved, and run it again. So this time what it will do is like it will write it on the console window as it's showing right now here, as well as it will also write it on the file. Okay, so we close this, and if I come back here, show, so you can see like here it just started the second time and write it down all these things. So let me close it. So this is right now it is just a worker service application which is using background service. Now to register it as a Windows service, we need to add a NuGet package which will give us the capability so that we can prepare this project so that it can be used as a Windows service. And that package is microsoft.extension.hosting.windows service. So I will go ahead and add that package. So right click, manage NuGet packages, and in the browse I will just go ahead and search just Windows. Like you can write the whole name, but it should be somewhere here. Here it is. So microsoft.extensions.hosting.windows service. So version number is 8.0.1, and if I try to install it, apply, and here it says like detected package downgrade. Microsoft.extension.hosting from 8.0.1 to 8.00. And actually the issue is like, if we open our .cs proj file here, you can see like we are using Microsoft.extensions.hosting. The version is 8.0.0. Either you need to like upgrade it to 8.0.1, or you can go ahead and use the number like 8.0.0. So these two should match. Okay, so I'll go ahead and install it, apply, and here it has installed this package. So I will just close this NuGet window, go back to the program.cs file here, and let's add the code which will configure this app to work as a Windows service. So for that, you need to do is builder.services.add Windows service. So this is the method which will configure this app to work as a Windows service. So inside this, let me write this lambda expression. So options and options dot service name, and this will be the service name, which will be the actual name of your service. So I will just go ahead and give it name like .NET test service, and let me put this semicolon here, save it. And actually you can go ahead and like run it, debug your application even after you have added this piece of code, because this will, just adding this line of code will not install this application as a Windows service in your system. For that, actually you need to go ahead and either register it as a Windows service using sc.exe, or you need to create a new MSI or Windows installer so that you can install this as a service. I will use sc.exe in this tutorial, but if you want to see how you can create the installer using MSI or any other tool, just let me know in the comments. And one more thing is like, when you will register this service as a Windows service using sc.exe, you also need to give it a name, and you can just go ahead and keep that name as this one, but it's not the same thing actually. So I will show you later in this video like what I mean by that. So you can just go ahead and like run this application again, debug it, work on your logic as you normally develop your any Windows or ASP.NET application. Okay, to register it, first we need to publish this application. Okay, so I will go ahead and right click on this project, go to publish, and first we need to create a publish profile. So select folder, click on next, and it is giving the folder location, which is the default one, and click on next, actually finish, sorry, and close. And here show all setting. Here actually we will register it in the release mode, and the target framework will be .NET 8.0. Deployment mode is framework dependent, which is actually it will depend on the framework which is installed on your local PC. It's good to like generate a self-contained file, so I will select that one, and the target runtime will be Windows x86 or Windows x64. I have Windows x64, so I will select that, but even x86 will work fine. And in the file publish option, just select produce single file and enable ready to run compilation, and save it, and then just publish this application. It will take some time. So this application is now published. If we open this folder, so this is the exe generated after publishing that application, and now we need to register it as a Windows service. So for that, actually we'll use PowerShell. and sc.exe. So let's open PowerShell, and we need to open PowerShell as a administrator. Right click, run as an administrator, and here we need to write sc.exe. You can write sc.exe like this way, or just write sc, then press tab. It will just auto complete that, and then create, and then you need to write the name of the service, and actually this name will appear on your service window. Okay, when you will open services window, then it will show there, and mostly people keep this name, this service name, and that name same, but actually you can keep both name as different, and I will show you like which name appears where. So I will just give it name .NET my test service. So here I have given name .NET test service, and here I have given it name .NET my test service, and then you need to give the path of your actual exe file. So you need to write bin path, which is the binary path actually, and that binary file location, that exe file location. So I will come here, and if I hold down shift and right click on this, then you will get this option copy as path. So copy it, come back here and paste it here. So before I run it, let's open the services window. So services, and here you can see like all these services in your system. And if I go ahead and hit enter here it says like create service success, and if you come back here, refresh it, you can see like .NET my test service. So either you can go ahead and start the service here, or you can start the service directly from here also. And for that, actually you can write this command. So instead of create, you just need to write start and hit enter. It will take some time, as generally it takes to like run your service. And here it says like, yeah, .NET my test service is running. And if you come back here and refresh it, you can see like now these options are changed, like stop and restart. It means it's running. Even here it says the status is running. And here you can see the name is .NET my test service, which actually you gave here. Just to know if your service is running or not, you can use event viewer. So if you write open event viewer from here and go to Windows logs application, here you can see like you have .NET test service, and this name .NET test service is the same name which actually you put it here. So this name is actually the actual name of your Windows service, which appears in the logs in your Windows events, and the name which you see in this services window is the name actually you used when you were registering on installing this application as Windows service. So that's the difference for these two names. Now let's see where it is writing the logs. Okay, so if I come here, which is the release location, which is actually the release folder and the root location for this exe file, but here I cannot see any logs folder. Okay, even if I go ahead and look at the logs, which is this my demo service logs, is the project root logs, still we have this old file which we run in like 2 or 3 times last time. So and actually in like it is the development build. Okay, it's not the production because we published it as in the release mode, right? So where actually it is writing down all those logs. So when you use this relative path, actually when you run it as a Windows service, it uses the path Windows system 32. Okay, so if I go to the system 32, which is like C drive Windows system 32, here I have this logs folder, and in this logs folder, here you can see like it has created this my app log. Okay, and if you see this, you can see it is just writing it down like 20, 23, 22, 51. And if I just open it again, sorry, you can see like it was 51, now it is 03. So it is running in the background, uh, but the location is different. So instead of using this uh, relative path, actually we need to give it some absolute path. Okay, and absolute path actually in relation of the project where actually you have your binary located. So first let me go ahead and stop this service. So let me click on this stop, and it will stop it. Let me just go ahead and try to open this file again, just to like make sure that it has stopped. Like here it is stopped, and here like you can see like it was running as a as as a production. Okay, so hosting environment is production. So this was the location where actually it was writing it down, and to write it at the same location as your binary file, actually we need to add uh, the location of your base directory. Okay, so for that I will write it app domain dot current domain dot base directory plus. And if I like for just for the testing purpose, if I run it like this, so here it is running. If I stop it and go back to the logs, still it is the older one, and the reason is like we are running it in a debug mode. Okay, so what it will do is like instead of putting it in the application root folder, it will put it in the release configuration root folder. So in my case, uh, it's not the release actually it is in the debug mode. So it has put it in the debug mode, and here you can see like it has this logs folder, and here you have this file. Okay, so same way, I can publish it again, and if I will run it, it will create that log file in this folder. So before in like publishing it, you need to make sure like you have stopped it, otherwise it will give you that exe file is actually used by some other program, and it cannot you know overwrite it. So again, I will go to this publish folder, publish UI, and click on this publish button. And for some reason, if you face like it is giving you the error saying like it cannot overwrite that exe file, so make sure you stop it from here. And even if you have stopped it from here, and even it is giving you the error, what you can do is like you can go ahead here and just delete this exe file and run the publish again. uh, in this case still it is running, so let's wait. So here you can see like publish has encountered error. Okay, and it says like the process cannot access the file, this my demo windows service.exe, because it is being used by another process. So as I was saying earlier, and here I can see like this service is stopped, and let me just delete this. Okay, and come back here and publish it again. So you can see like it has published it successfully. And now if I go ahead and start it from here, and let me open. So now it should create a new logs. Yeah, here it is. So it has created this logs folder here, and inside this you can see now it is writing all the logs here. So like this. So this is how you can create a very simple .NET core based Windows service. And so means what I have done is like I have just used logic to write the logs file. But like in generally in your application you have other classes, so you can use those logic here inside this execute async method. So let me stop this for a second, and let me create a uh, new file. Okay, just for an example. So I will go ahead, create a new class, and let me give it name my logic. Okay, uh, add it, and inside this my logic class, let me make this public, and like let's in this class also I will write down logs, but like you can put any of your business application logic, you can put it here, but just for the demo I will just write a new log from here also. So private read only ilogger, I will type of my logger, and let's create the constructor CTOR, double tap, and in this I will pass I logger, type of my logic logger, and let's map it with the without field. So this logger is equal to new logger, and we will have a method which will be public void. Let's give name just logic, and here I will just write logger dot uh, log information, and what I will do is like I will just copy this whole thing and put it here. Okay, and I will write it like my logic running at this time. Now you can means to use this class in your main worker.cs file, means this background service, you can go ahead and create the object like my logic is equal to new my logic, or it's better to use the dependency injection provided by the .NET Core. And it's the best practice to use dependency injection in .NET Core applications. So to use that means all you need to do is like come here and register the service in your DI container. Now you can register it as you want, means either you can use add singleton, add scoped, or add transient as per your business logic. In this case I will just use it as a add singleton. So builder dot services dot add singleton, and it will be my logic like this, and in your worker.cs file I will just write private read only uh, my logic, and let me pass this thing as a means we need to inject this dependency in this class, because this worker class depends on your my logic. So this is how we really do the dependency injection, because we inject it in the constructor. So this dot my logic is equal to my logic, and now here what I will do is like I will write my logic dot. I will call this logic method which I created earlier. And now, if I just go ahead and I can go ahead and run it and debug it, but I will just go ahead directly and publish it. Yeah, again, it has given me the error. Okay, let me check if it is running. It is not. So again, I will come to this, which is my release folder. Okay, and I will delete it. Come back to the studio and publish it, and it published it quickly. So that was I was like telling like like generally when you build it, it builds slower when you have already built it, and as soon as you delete that exe file, it builds it faster. So maybe it waits for its release somewhere it's logged. Now if I go ahead and run it again, and I will start this service again. Come back here, go to the logs folder. Now it has started, and now if I open this, here you can see like now it is writing down my logic running at this time and then the worker running at this time, and you have like 10, 11, 12. So both of the application code are being called, so means both the lines are being executed, and this is the way like you can use your own application logic in the background service class. Let me stop this. So this is how you can create a very simple Windows service using .NET Core. So now if you want to delete the service, all you need to do is go to the open the PowerShell and just delete this. Okay, so here you can write delete and hit enter, and it says like delete service success. And if you come here and refresh it, you can see like now it's gone. So this is how you can create a very simple Windows service using .NET Core. If you like this video, click on like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any question or suggestion, let us know in the comments. Thank you.